All right. How's everybody doing? Hope you're doing well. Merry Christmas to everybody out there. Oh, let me try to run carrying all this stuff. Man, it's slow right now. Oh man, it's perfect timing. Oh, I made it. Ah, I did it. Because I'm Batman. That's why. They all looking like, what the hell? I just look at them because I'm Batman. uh, oh man, it's too funny. Oh man. Uh, God bless me again. I told you, God don't do nothing but bless me every day, bro. Every day, God bless me because I'm a good person, because I'm righteous, truly righteous. Every day, God just shows me, man. He just shows me He's there for me, bro. It's crazy. It really is amazing. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna be right back. Hello. How are you tonight? How are you doing? But yeah, like I said, I'm having fun, man. I still had a good Christmas. I didn't do much, but I can't really say that because I did my training. I did my training. I focused on my business. I focused on what I'm doing. I had a great Christmas, and it's still moving. You know, that's the thing, bro. I don't need a whole bunch of special stuff. You know, I didn't get any gifts or anything like that. But the greatest gift for me is Christina. Truly. Um, and like I said, I just focus on what I'm doing, man. Oh, but yeah, I just focus on what I'm doing. Stay true to the game. That's what it's all about. But yeah, God bless me again. So there you go. You know, it's gonna always be a celebration of some sort. God is always gonna be there for me. That's what I know and realize. But yeah, man, the cake just looked beautiful, man. It all looked perfect because it's all legit. But yeah, that's what these folks don't get. I'm trying to expand. I'm not trying to wait around on nothing. Uh, I've never been a guy that just stayed local, man. Ever. I always get out, and expand. But this has been, it's an impossible thing to build, and I've built it and I've run it very smoothly. Hold on. Hold up. Yeah, I've run it very smoothly this entire time. I've done a hell of a job. I'm extremely proud of myself. And it's just that simple, man. You know? So for me, I don't know. I just stay moving, stay focusing forward, stay focusing on God, like I tell you every day, and just keep moving forward. Again, I want to say thank you to the public for all my fans, and thank you, God, and thank you, everybody who supported me at all. Anything they've done for me, I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I'm very grateful, and truly, and to everybody, and Merry Christmas. But that's the thing. I don't know if these folks understand. Like, the environment's getting better, man. Everything is getting better. It takes time, but it's definitely getting better. The environment's getting better. Everything is getting better, and that's God at work. You know what I mean? That's 100% what that is. That's God. Hold on. But yeah, like I said, we just got to stay moving forward, stay doing our thing, and what it takes. Hold up. Takes hard work. A lot of folks don't know nothing about no hard work, but we sure do. Work hard every day. You know what I mean? Got to keep training. Got to keep pushing. Got to remain on point, focused. You know what I mean? That's why God tells you that. Got to always be on point. Hold on. Golly, man. Here, give me 1 second. But yeah, man. Oh man, it's a beautiful thing. Yeah, what I built here is just of, I mean, it's just a huge magnitude, man. You know what I mean? It's just been absolutely incredible. Um, I'm literally building an empire, bro. Like right in front of everybody. It's just crazy, man. It's an amazing feeling. Like I said, anything is possible with God. And like I said, this is the beginning, these are the humble beginnings. And I love this time, man. That's the thing, folks. A lot of folks, they can't learn to appreciate what they already got. I'm very happy and grateful, and I'm beyond grateful with what I got. I'm always satisfied with what I got. I'm just not satisfied ambition wise, but I'm definitely satisfied. I'm happy. I'm content. I thank God for what I already have. So a lot of folks don't do and don't understand. Like I said, everything I preach over here is facts. My philosophy is real. It works. People just got to tune in, man. It's a frequency, man. You got to tune in. You got to get with the program. And if you do, you're going to start noticing results. You're going to see it. You got to do it for the right reasons, though. You can't do everything because you want results. See, I see the whole world get on social media every day. I mean, number one, when are we going to, create unity, which is what I work on every day, and, focus on togetherness instead of, if you can't see what social media is doing here, and got it where, I mean, it's harder to unify. I mean, we can, to an extent. I mean, I'm not saying it makes it harder necessarily. In a lot of ways, maybe it helps, but I'm just saying we do a lot of stuff by ourselves alone all the time, where we're at a distance all the time. And we got to change that. That's one thing that I want to change. We got to get people to start coming together on a realistic level. And I know me, I know how I am. I'd probably run right back to what I'm doing here and focus, because this is what makes me happy. This is my purpose. You know what I'm saying? Getting in crowds and stuff and all that just doesn't really do it for me. You know? Like, there's a reason why I'm Batman, bro. Trust me. There's a reason. Everything I say I am. But yeah, like I said, I don't know, man. I just, you know, people interpret things the way they do. You know what I mean? But it's right in front of you, bro. Like I said, nobody gave me no opportunity. Nobody handed me nothing, man. I had to get up and get it. And every day I do. Every day I work hard. Every day I struggle. Right? It's hard. It's hard as hell, don't get me wrong. But the cool part is the encouraging part. You know? Like like they say, even 50 Cent said, joy wouldn't feel so good if it wasn't for what? If it wasn't for the things that we go through, if it wasn't for the hard times. That's why I thank God for the hard times. I thank God for these impossible challenges. You know what I mean? Real talk. I really do. I thank God for the hard times. I thank God for the impossible challenges, for the trials and tribulations, because it all made me stronger. If it wasn't for that, where would I be? You know what I mean? Lost. You know what I mean? Lost where he found me. You know? I feel like a lot of it, I can see the time period when he really was like, enough is enough. And I'm going to start really, really making sure I do this. But he was always there. Always. But like I said, just like he said there can't be no testimony without a test. That's the thing. I called on God and he heard me. I really did. I didn't have nobody else to turn to, man, at all. That's a beautiful thing. To me, that's what life is about. That's what everything about. You know, there's been so many people, bro, that I thought would stand by my side. I thought would be behind me. They didn't stand by my side, and they weren't behind me. They weren't with me. They didn't want to see me win. There was a lot of, jellyfish. That's why I talk about it so much, because it's become so prevalent with me. You know what I mean? Hold on. But yeah, it's been cool lately. It's been pretty cool, man. Things have been pretty cool. You know. Well, like I said, we just got to stay focused, man. We stay focused. We do our thing. Come out, work hard, and that's it. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. And that's why I be paying attention. I be spot on about every little thing I be saying. I be spot on. You know what I mean? Like, see, that's what I'm talking about right there, man. These folks got good money, man. They not rich, but they got plenty of dough. They got enough money. When I was at that point, I was helping everybody. They got more than enough. And instead, what do? They want to keep it all to themselves and keep it all private. And you know what I mean? I'm just telling you the truth. When I had money, I never even talked about it. Like I said, I was driving around helping out the homeless, giving them food, clothing, shelter out of my own pocket. Didn't even talk about it to anybody. It's just what I did. I I spent all my money helping people. I gave money away, thousands of dollars. So that's why when folks want to help me today, I'm not surprised, because that's how it works. When you really a man of faith and you really believe in God and you're really truly righteous, anything you do like that, genuine, and you don't ask for nothing back or expect nothing back, God is gonna He's gonna help you. He's gonna help you. He's gonna return the favor because you helped someone. He sees all of it, and that's the thing. Like, God has told me word for word, like He's seen everything I've done, how folks act with me, how I've responded, everything. He knows I've been through it, and I'm a truly righteous man and good person. You know what I mean? So, I mean, that's the way it's supposed to be. That's the way it should be. Good people should get blessed. Good people should have good things happen to them and for them. You know what I mean? But in the midst of that, while you building, yeah, you're gonna go through some things. Like I said, I just went through some more stuff. You know what I mean? Just recently, serious stuff. But I bounced right back. And every time they watch me bounce right back in front of them, how could you deny? How could you deny? Like you've heard him tell you a million times. How could you deny? How could you say anything? Feel me? That's the problem with folks. They be so evil and so out of touch with reality, right? That they're gonna deny even when it's happening right in front of them. You know. So it is what it is. It's another one going like 2 miles an hour the whole time. Thought they were gonna talk to me or say something. But it's all good. That's what people do. They all fans either way. You know what I mean? That's the thing. Let them be fans. Let them do what they do. It ain't my concern. You feel me? But like I said, I'm gonna get my money. You know what I mean? Oh, our total went up over here too. Golly, bro. Yeah, our total went up. I'll tell you right now. I'm just trying to carry all this. Man, I brought all this change with me today. It's heavy as hell. Hey there, how you doing? Yeah, Merry Christmas. Let me see. Yeah, come on. I mean, what I offered today was in front of everybody. what I offered is the same thing I've been offering. But I mean, yeah, like I said, people like we like right here we have customized videos for 25 bucks. It's all on here, it's all listed, everything. Like, so I mean, yeah, we did one of those. We're gonna do a whole lot of business. Like I said, my next project, my next magic trick, mind you, I'm gonna be making a manual, like a package for my fitness, like the fitness program that I've developed and built. And I'm gonna really teach in it, but I'm gonna teach stuff that I haven't taught on here. You understand? And I'm gonna go into 52 blocks and I'm gonna teach that. I want to create a manual. Thank you. Exactly. Said $25 is a great value. Right. Yeah, no, we don't do meet and greets. We got too much going on for all that. But what we do, I see my fans everywhere I go. I got fans all over the world already, all over the country. So the fans are everywhere. But yeah, nah, we don't do that. But we do that, yeah. And it is a great price. If you'd like one, you can let me know, and that's all we ask. We just ask people, yeah, 25 bucks. Once they pay me, I get working on it. I did a great job. They told me they loved it. They loved the video. So, I mean, that's awesome. It don't get no better than that. That's a great Christmas gift that I was able to motivate someone and inspire them and help them, with my gifts and what I've done and with all I've accomplished. But yeah, they loved it. They said I did an amazing job. So yeah, right there, it's like having a review, a good review, and that's the thing. Any business I ever partook in, I always had good reviews. When I used to do dishes, I had the best reviews up there in Green Bay at that arcade place. You know what I mean? I'm always have good reviews. They always said I had the cleanest dishes. At Dave and you know what. So, you know, people got to understand. I understand business. I keep telling people this. I'm a business giant. This is why all these companies, right, all corporate America, they should have hopped on board. You know what I mean? While they had the chance, well, they could because, I'm sitting here and I'm dismantling corporate America and I'm coming up against the system and winning. And I'm helping folks to wake up, you know. But yeah, I thought I did great with the video. And to hear that, they told me that my business is inspiring and I did the video and they were like, it's awesome. Thank you so much. They loved it. So I'm glad, man. I'm glad it made somebody's Christmas. What greater gift can God give us than to help others and bless others? You know what I mean? That's what life is about. Helping people, unity, love, the things that matter, not, oh, we have money. Who cares? Look at all these folks. They got money and they still worried about who? The Batman. You know what I mean? That's half the reason God put me here, I think, because a lot of these folks have a little bit of change. They got a little bit of money. It don't mean nothing. And who do they all answer to and talk about and discuss and hold meetings about? Me, the Batman. I know why you have your meetings in broad daylight. I know why you're afraid to go out at night. The Batman. You understand? It's the truth. So, I mean, they all discuss me. All of them. All they do is talk about me. So money ain't everything. They talk about me, the poor guy. When it come to cash, not equity. Equity, I've outdone them. And I mean, when it come to money I've made and spent, I've outdone everybody. But not everybody knows that if they don't know anything about me. And that's okay. I let folks think what they think. Real talk. That fake FBI agent the other day, who for real, he clearly didn't know who he was talking to. He had me all confused. I told you. Yeah, let me tell you the way it works, brother. It's called spiritual ranking. Okay. And I outrank you by so far it's unreal. and anybody out here. Okay, I'm the emperor in the spiritual realm, so it's just a thing amongst dudes. Because like I said, and like no, they're not men. I'm the only real man who ever existed, and I stand on it. And everyone else can prove themselves. You know what I mean? But like I said, like yeah, no, it's ranking, man. I outrank you. Talking about, oh, you worked for the FBI or you worked for who cares? See, that's why you do that, because you overcompensate. And like, number one, I wasn't even speaking to you. So what would compel you to talk to me unless you had an agenda? And then the craziest thing, don't sit down and say something to me and talk to me. And then I tell you the truth, not even an opinion, but the facts. And then you think that it's up for debate. It ain't up for debate. You know what I mean? Like he was sitting there talking about, oh, it's been like this for 30 years. Brother, if you had such an understanding of what goes on down here, don't you think that things would have changed? All of you got answers for everything. You don't have the actual answer, though. You follow me? If you know so much, because, that's the thing is it's actually all these folks that are know-it-alls and think they know something and don't, and they talk a lot of fluff and spread misinformation. But if you knew so much, how come you ain't made a difference and a change? I mean, you were real quick with the excuses when I called you out on what you were saying. You know what I mean? At first it was you work for the FBI, then it was no, I don't. Okay, well, make your mind up. Which is it? Like, brother, you're the one talking like we're in a movie or something. Like you sit down and you like, I work for the FBI. I'm like, golly, I really am like Tom Cruise. Funny as hell. Yeah, like I said, my whole deal, man, is yeah, that's just what it is, man. Like, nah, bro, I outrank you by so far, it's unreal. Are you serious? So you can't teach me anything, brother. Believe me, because I do this for real. You know what I mean? That's the thing. No, I know everything for real about what's happening, this and that. Like I said, how can you sit there and talk about this and that? Like I said, that don't make no sense. We out here making a change, brother. We out here standing up to evil. We out here proclaiming the word of God and the power of God and the love of God. You understand? What are you doing? Nothing. And that's what the time it is. It's time to tell them what it really is without sugarcoating nothing. You feel me? Telling you, man. Yeah. Well, let me tell you what you don't have an answer for. Me, Batman, and you don't have an answer for nothing. You know what I mean? When it comes to this, when it comes to a real man of God, believe that. See the difference why talk is cheap? Because I got the result the minute I came on here and talked. I got paid for it, and then God blessed me some more. Because I don't talk fluff, brother. Yeah, let me tell you what I'm proud of. I don't work for nobody. I don't work for no one. Like I would never want to work for these folks. You understand? Unless they were good people and they gave me a real opportunity with real money. They don't do that. Every job in that system is the same way because that system is satanic and evil. Tell me when I'm lying. Talk about jobs. I mean, all you're doing is supporting corporate America and their evil interests. You know what I mean? Everything they doing is a crime in the first place. So what do you mean? It don't make no sense. Don't make no sense at all. Like I said, it's right in front of folks. It's just folks that got to open their eyes to see it. You know what I mean? And then when they open their eyes and they see it, then we'll be good and folks will gather more of an understanding of what's going on and we'll go from there. You know what I mean? But yeah, like I said, man, we just keep on building. Everything's going to be positive over here. I appreciate that, Susie. Thank you. Susie Q, Susie Q, oh Susie Q. But yeah, nah, like I said, we run the streets. We're really the real deal. Like I said, we out here every day, and I'm gonna keep protecting these people, man. I'm gonna keep protecting everybody, and I'm gonna keep on doing what I'm doing. Like I said, I got whole families walking up to me saying thank you for protecting us, Batman. So people believe in Batman, man. Trust me on that one. They believe in me because they know I'm the real deal and I'm the strongest in the jungle. You better not forget that. So yeah, I'm not concerned about what people tell themselves. I'm not concerned about figments of folks' imagination. Oh, by the way, the Woffords are still going through it. Still going through it. They keep trying to call it something it's not. Meanwhile, that's just not what it is, period. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. All right. I'm going to get going. I'll talk to you in a minute, man. Much love. Merry Christmas.